Listen, it's hard to create content while you're dealing with severe depression during a global pandemic. What's good in the hood? It's your girl Gavyn. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Gavyn. I do a little bit of makeup, a little bit of fashion, and a lot of bit of nonsense. I know it's Tuesday, but we're still gonna do some makeup. It is this look right here that I'm very excited about because I created it all on my own. I hope you guys are doing okay. I had to take a little bit of a hiatus for about 2 weeks, and I do apologize for that. I'm still dealing with having anxiety and depression during a global pandemic, and I'm trying to take the right steps to make sure that I'm at peak mental health and physical health so that I can create the content that you deserve. I'm so grateful that you guys have been patient and you guys have been checking in on me. I so appreciate that. I've gotten a lot of DMs and I try to respond to everyone. If you're not following me on Instagram already, I will link it in the description box below. You should check it out because there's always content there that you don't always see on YouTube. I also have a blog that I'm continually working and updating. It is gavyntaylor.com, and I hope you check it out because there's a lot of really cool stuff there, including my Buy Black portal. It's a portal I created specifically geared towards Black-owned companies for just about everything you need, from coffee brands to beauty brands, home decor, furniture, hair, makeup. You think about it and I have it. Also, if you can't tell, the background is a lot of bit different. I'm making a lot of changes in my home, doing some home decor, some redecorating, including my backyard, finally touching on that. If you've been following me on Instagram, you've seen a couple stories of the little projects that I'm working on here and there. So I'm really excited. This isn't done just yet. There's one more piece, one integral piece that's missing, so keep your eyes out because yeah, I'm really excited about all this like changes in my home. I love to nest and all that stuff. Anyway, enough about me, enough about what's going on. Let's get into the tutorial. Now I'm going to be using the Pat McGrath Divine Rose 2 palette. I got this when I did my Black Makeup Brands haul / tutorial video. You can go ahead and check that out somewhere up here, I think. And so I'm gonna use this for my eye look. And I'm going to start off with, how do you do makeup?
Boy, if you don't.
So first, as we've learned in the past, right, we're gonna do a little bit of primer. I'm using the Black Opal Primer. I love this stuff. It's the Invisible Oil Blocking Gel Primer. And this stuff feels like silk. I absolutely am obsessed with this. It just feels so good and smooth. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, this is the one, right? I thought I put lip gloss on my face, child. Now that I've primed, I'm actually gonna wear a BB cream today, mostly because I'm not going out anywhere and I don't want any heavy foundation on my skin. I'm not a huge fan of heavy foundation, although I will say the foundation that I've been using, which is the Juvia's Place foundation, this stuff is great. It's super, super lightweight and the color works really well for my skin. As we saw, I tried to do some matching the last time and it worked out really well, but I'm gonna use my BB cream. This is the Maybelline New York BB cream. You can get it at any major drugstore, and I'm gonna use a brush. We did a brush last time as well with the foundation, so I'm gonna try it with the BB cream because I never do that. And I don't know how this is gonna turn out, if it streaks or what, so we just, okay, all right, it's not bad. It is not bad. Don't forget to bring it down to the chinses. All the chinses, sis. It's okay, I got a few too, it's cool. After foundation, let's, I don't know what I'm doing.
Help me, Nick.
Let's do concealer. Okay, so I'm gonna put on some concealer. This is the LA Girl Pro concealer in light beige. And I'm just gonna put this kind of in like a triangular situation on my eyeballs. Kind of like this in the areas. I know that I want to put it in the areas that I want to highlight, right? Your cheeks are where the light touches first. So we want the light to bounce and reflect and make us look less puffy and more awake than we are. And I'm going to use my beauty blender. It's a little damp. I'm lying. It should be damp. If you have a beauty blender, make it wet. Mine is not. Do as I say, not as I do. Now I remember Makeup Shayla, she would bring hers like up onto the side of her nose and then like cut. So I'm gonna kind of do the same thing and bring a little bit of what's left up onto the side of my nose. It's like a club in here. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. Let's contour the cheeks. I'm gonna be using the Fenty, these are her little like matchsticks. I use this in Truffle, and I'm going to contour. Now we know we've highlighted, so we've bounced the light. As you can see, this light is bouncing off of my face into your screen. I'm sorry if I'm blinding you. Now we want to contour, and to help kind of like suck in the cheeks and slim down the areas. I guess that's why we do it. I've always assumed. I've just kind of done it because that's what they told me to do. I don't know why we actually do it. I'm gonna put it like, I can see where my natural kind of contour is happening right here. So I'm just gonna follow that line. I think that looks good. I'm going to use the Beauty Blender again and just blend this out. And you can always build up if you want more defined, or you can use, again, concealer or foundation to correct any mistakes that you made. Like, I feel like this is a little bit too wide for my liking, so I'm gonna use some concealer. I want the shape to look more like my cheeks are heightened and defined up that way than sunken. So I'm gonna go back in with the concealer and kind of chisel that out a little bit, like chisel this shape out. This is where I feel like it's a little too dark. And then I'll just blend this down and make the line not look so harsh. That's a little bit better. That's kind of what I was going for. What do we do next? Eyebrows are next. Gonna use my Fenty Beauty brow tool. This is Brow MVP. It's got this cute little brush on there that I like. It's different from the other spoolies that you normally see. I brush the little bit of eyebrows that I have upwards because I want them to look fuller, and then I'll kind of fill in as they go. This part I usually cut out because it takes me a while, but I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I like to do my brows. Y'all use your discernment accordingly. Watch someone else's video because I'm not a brow expert. I just try not to look too crazy. I take the tip of the pencil, kind of the corner because it's been rounded off, and I gently do a sweeping motion underneath the line of the brow first. This is to give me the shape first before I do the hairs, the shape of like my arch that I want. And then I take, not right at the beginning of my brow, there are hairs here. I don't know if you can see it, like my hairs kind of stop right about there. I take it behind that first, where like it starts to really get thick, and I use just light flicking motions to draw in my filler brows since my brows are so thin. I then gently work my way towards the inner brow, lightly shading and flicking in hairs. I like to brush where the little line is as well, just to make sure that it's blended in pretty well. Now you can also use eyebrow gel. I'm not going to do that today, but it does help the brows to stay in place, and just flicking in little longer, shorter pieces. I just try to make it look as natural as possible. I'm gonna do the other eyebrow. I'll be right back. Now that we've kind of gotten our eyebrows to where we like them, I'm gonna go ahead and clean them up a little bit. I use my concealer again just to clean up this underline area, and I also use it kind of as a primer. It's nice to have a light base so that the colors have something to grab onto. Normally you would use an eyeshadow primer to do the same thing. I just like having a lighter color base because I do. I like using this because it has a nice little brush on the tip, so I can really get in and chisel out the shape that I want. If I have too much product, I'll just apply it to lower down and then work my way up. Okay, and then I'm gonna use my finger to blend this out and pick up some of the product. I always use the ring finger method because it is the kind of the weakest finger in your hand. That's because it's like a direct line to your heart or something like that. I can't remember the science. I'm gonna use this and gently pat. Yes, I did break my nail. Don't judge me. I'm gonna fix it, I promise. We've done a few steps. I think I'm doing okay. If you agree, please leave a thumbs up so that I know that I'm doing okay, because y'all, this is actually more stressful. I'm trying to be professional, but this is hard, okay? So now that we have our eyebrows and kind of the base of the face, it's time to do the eyeshadow. I know that we're supposed to use a transition color to start out as the base for the eyeshadow. I'm using the Warrior 2 palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm gonna use the color right here. I think it's called Kana. This one right here is just a little bit, also look at how beautiful that is. I'm gonna use this color because it's close to my skin tone and it's within the family of colors. I'm gonna be using warm tones, so I want a warm base. I think if you're going cooler tones like blues or greens, you want something that has a little bit more of that in the family. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, I'm using the Color du Jour. This is a Black owned brush brand and I've been a fan since I bought them. This is the 112 brush and it's kind of fluffy, a little bit tapered, but I want to spread the product kind of all over my lid and up into the crease a little bit, I hope. We're just gonna try it. And I had a little bit of kind of creasing from the concealer, so I just wiped that away with my finger. I think that's right. I'm doing it anyway, and I'm just brushing this onto the lid and a little bit up into my crease. And I just want to blend that up into the brow a little bit so it's not a harsh line. Blending, I do know, is like the most important thing in makeup. Having fun and blending are really important. Now that I have the transition color, let's get into what to do next.
I would like to see it.
Let's do the crease, right? That's an idea. So I'm gonna go into deepen the crease first. I'm gonna use this color right here, I think, just to start. You can always build up. I think it's harder to build down. Tap some of the product off of your brush and into the crease I go. I hope this is right. I'm specifically working in this corner into the crease and dispersing the leftover product kind of throughout towards the inner corner. I still don't know how to get this shape. We're gonna try to do this right now. Actually, I'm sorry, wrong brush. You want kind of a more tapered off, smaller brush, and I'm gonna take up that same kind of reddish color and go in there in the end and work it throughout the crease here. There we go. And I'm going to do kind of these back and forth motions to get this shape that I can never get and I still haven't gotten. It's okay, we're gonna clean it up with concealer and just make it look like it did a thing. Don't forget to blend up into the color that you had before. All right, let me do the other side. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. I can always add on more, and I actually plan on adding on more because we're gonna go in deeper. I'm going to now utilize this really fun kind of iridescent color. Depending on how you're looking at it, it's this one right here. It looks purple, but it has tones of green in it. It's kind of hard to see in the light, but there's tones of green. And I know that with iridescent colors, depending on what the base is what the main color is going to come out. So if I put a green shadow down first, that would be picked up with that iridescent color and you would see more of that. Because I have this kind of brownish, pinkish color already on my lids, I think it's gonna view more pink. And I really wanna place it. These are great to use with your finger, I've learned, but I'm gonna try it with this brush because it is so pigmented. Again, the quality is great because it is Pat McGrath. I'm going to pick it up on this brush. This is a 108 from Color du Jour, and I'm gonna place it right on the lid. So I can see it in my mirror here. I don't know if you can see it. It's such a beautiful color, but it is definitely green in some spots and pink in others as I move my eye within the light. Okay, I sound like I know what I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna place that right on the lid. I'm trying not to go over the crease. I have such a deep crease naturally. Anything on my eye at a certain point will naturally transfer up, but I'm trying to keep this really on my lid here only. All right, we're doing makeup.
Barely.
Okay, now I'm gonna use that same really tapered small brush, and I'm gonna go in with this dark purple. Remember, tap it out because it's easier to build up than it is to build down. And I'm gonna go right here in this corner and pack it on and blend it into the crease. I'm starting to hate this look, but it's okay because I'm still a makeup noob. Okay, it's not terrible. It's not bad. I need to blend it out. I'm gonna use this fluffier brush with some of the second color, that pinky orangey color, and I'm gonna kind of blend these two together. Let's see if that does something I like. I'm just gonna deepen this a little bit more. Okay, I don't hate it.
2 seconds later.
I lied, I hate it. I'm gonna go back in with that reddish brown and just try to blend these two together as best I can. I think I'm gonna pull this purple in a little bit more in. Okay, you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't know what to expect. Also, I think normally other beauty gurus practice their look before they do it, and I did not do any of that. I just kind of tried. Let's do the same to the other eye. The more I look at it, the less I hate it. So we're here, we're gonna commit. I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to kind of finish it up, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Pat McGrath liquid eyeliner. This is like a true black. A lot of other eyeliners kind of come out a little bit more gray. I've fallen in love with this. And I think I'm gonna kind of wing it. So I start from the middle of my eye and work my way out. And then I'll kind of gently, I kind of do like a pressing motion. So I'm pressing it like, kind of like that to get the smallest end of the tip on the inner corner. And I don't normally go all the way in. I just don't like how it looks. On my eye, I feel like it's too high. Jesus, I hate this. How do I fix this? Do I just, don't do what I'm doing. I've made it worse. Wow, I made this worse. Okay, I messed it up. Oh my God, Gavyn. Anything's fixable with concealer, except for my love life. Okay, it's okay. I'm gonna go back over with the colors I used previously to fix this outer end. So a little bit of that reddish brown and back in with that dark purple and blend, which means now I'm gonna have to make the other side darker, doesn't it? Yeah, we're learning. We're learning. This is the first of many trials. I'm happy I'm not touching it anymore. Let's do the other eye. Jesus, that was so much harder than it needed to be. My God. So what I wanna do is clean it up again with concealer, and I'm gonna use the same one that I used before, Pro Girl, Pro LA, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to clean up from where the liner is and down. So I'm using the brush to get close and chisel out this kind of spot. Oh, you know what I wanna do? I wanna do under eye stuff. Okay, you know what, this is fine. I'll still do this and then we'll see what happens afterwards. And then that also helps me get that shape that I can't get. And using my beauty blender, just kind of gently using the tip and bringing it down and blending it. I kind of want to do some under eye stuff, but I'm nervous. I'm going to use a very tiny brush, a little itty bitty brush. This is number 106 in the color du jour brushes. I'm gonna take that first color that we started with from the Juvia's Place palette, the lighter brown, and I'm just going to gently sweep under and across. And then I'm gonna use that reddish color and bring this down. And then I'm gonna use just a little bit. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do like a 2-tap method. So I'm gonna take some of this red here and a little bit of the darker color. Just a little bit and a little bit. And let's see if that can help to darken this. I'm kind of trying to keep it more concentrated towards the outer edge here. Okay, all right. The next step is lashes. Let me go grab some lashes, I'll be back. Okay, so I have some wispy, these are like wispy, dramatic. They have a little bit more fibers, lashes on them, and I'm gonna show you how I put my lashes on, even though it takes a million years. So I apply glue to the band, and then I use tweezers to apply my lashes. I don't know if you can see this, but you can have, you know, you can have too much and too little glue. So I try to have just enough. I put them onto the tweezers, making sure the tweezers aren't touching anywhere where there's glue so that they don't stick to the tweezers. And I wait. So I apply at the middle and pray that it sticks. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Don't make me look crazy in front of my cousins. All right, and on the end. Oh my goodness. And then I use the tweezers to press down the band to my lashes so that they're kind of as close and flush as possible. I like them to look like they're connected, like it's one natural lash. You can also use mascara to do the same thing. I trust myself doing this, so just be careful with anything sharp around your eyes. If you prefer, use your fingers. You can also use just the back end of the tweezers to make sure that it's nice and tight, and of course your fingers. Jesus, let me do the other eye, I'll be back. The reason why it took me so long to get this video out is because it took me 3 years to get this one eyelash on. My God. Now that the lashes are on, I'm never taking them off again. I'm gonna put some mascara on my eyeballs, and I don't know where I put my mascara. Great, I'll be back. I'm using the Benefit Bad Girl Bang. I don't know why I said that like I was from England, but I'm using this mascara. And I'm going to just put it on my eyelashes, and I like to focus on the inner corner with the tip to really add a lot of product. That way it'll help kind of blend this separation between lashes, because my whole lid takes a lash if I don't feel like putting on wispies. You can also use eyeliner to make the lines seem like one line, one linear line. Now I am going to do the last little bits of my face. So I am going to get my blush. This is the cream blush from Fenty in color Crush on Cupid. And I really like this. I just started using it recently. And I'm gonna use kind of a tapered brush. This is number 119 in color du jour. I'm going to really kind of stipple in here to pick up as much product as I can and apply those to the apple of my cheeks and kind of upwards into my ear. I just love that. It's a nice kind of rosy glow, and it's got a little bit of highlighter in it, and you can really pack this on or use as much or as little as you like. Okay, so we've got our blush, and what else do we need? Maybe we'll do a highlight. I'm gonna use, I have this Juvia's Place loose highlighter, so I'm gonna have to be very gentle with this. I'm gonna use this brush. I don't know what this is, but I like the shape, and it's kind of like a smaller fan brush. This is 114, and I'm gonna just take a little bit, because it's loose. I don't know if you can see that. A little bit of it. Really tap that off and kind of fan it onto the highlights of my cheeks. That's pretty. And I'm gonna put a little bit of this kind of on my brow area, and of course on my nose. I do the kind of line down the middle of the nose situation and the tip. And you know what, I'll do my lip too. I always liked how that looked. Okay, now for a lip color. We've got some red, purpley kind of look on the eyes. So let's go with, maybe since the eyes are so dramatic, something nice and neutral on the lip. I'll grab some colors and be back. Okay, so I have this color that I found in a drugstore. It's called, the brand is number 7, I believe. And this is Stay Perfect in Cinnamon Spice. I like it because it's like a nice kind of reddish brown family, and it goes on really like subtle, just a tint of color. So we'll apply that, and then I'm gonna go over it with my Fenty Gloss Bomb. I want a nice kind of glossy lips. My lips are dry as hell. All right, I think that's it.
That's it!
We did it! We did our own makeup tutorial. It actually, I always get a little frustrated on the like middle part of doing makeup in general, because I feel like I don't like how it looks, but the like overall look, I'm very happy with how this turned out. If you are too, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments if you like something, if you learned something. I would love to hear from you, cousins. I am so sorry I was gone. Again, I'm going to do my best to be better about my timing and consistency. I'm not going to make any promises because I don't want to let you down, but dealing with mental health during a global pandemic, being alone in my house, I both love and am struggling with in a weird way. So I'm trying to do better, and I'm gonna get there at some point, and I love you guys for sticking with me along the journey. If you're new to my channel, I'm so happy that you're here, and I would love it if you would become a part of my cousin community. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can become a part of the cousin community today. We are always learning and growing and just being honest and loving with ourselves and each other. And I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.